Matchbox 20, Where the Light Goes. Apologies for the lack of music, but yeah. I have stereo thing that fucking sucks. I need a new one. And my car had an air compressor situation, so I'm not in there, and I'm not able to do this and have this out sooner. So you'll get this when you get this. For now, you're gonna have to deal with it like this with me in pajamas and a Captain America suit. Well, Spider-Man pajamas. More on that, by the way, later when I see it. I didn't get to see it this weekend, sadly. Not that it mattered, because it went over and sold well like it should have. To be fairly honest. But yeah, this album is the fifth studio album and the first in about 11 years since their last album, North. God, well, you needed that much time to just kind of forget about that thing, because that album sucked. I'm just going to say it. That album is the worst thing they ever fucking made. Luckily, I don't have to say that about this, still. All I needed was for this to be better than that, and I can already tell you it's better than that. Despite the way it opens with Friends, trust me, after that, it gets better. Especially given once you get to the single of the record, which I think was a better choice than Friends. Friends is fine. I guess it grows on you a little bit, but honestly, it gave me, first time I listened to it, it gave me vibes of North, and I was worried as shit. And then Wild Dogs Running a Slow Dream is actually not a bad, which is the single for this album. It's okay. Not a bad choice. There might be some better ones, hopefully, in the future, if or at least if anything is considered what they do single worthy to today's standards, honestly. But yeah, this album surprisingly is better than it has any is way better than it has any right to be. Sure, there are some things that maybe kind of cross over and bleed in from their previous albums, and like more so North and Exile on Main Street or in Main Street. Um, Also, with hints of like possibly Match Season a little bit. At least some of the musical direction of that record, more so than I would say, because that to where it's sort of a rock record, but not quite a rock record, more a pop record. There's sort of that here, but it feels still more rock in. It has a rock still has a nice rock backbone to it that I miss. Like they're rocking the fuck out. They seem like they give a shit here, as opposed to North, honestly. And I'm very happy, and I'm very happy that it did happen. I'm guessing Rob had some solo stuff, and that's why they didn't release anything since North for and took as long as they had. Um, and this record, production wise, I don't know if Win Benton is a longtime producer that he's been with the band. I can't remember for sure. Um, Let me double check here. Yeah, Greg Wettenberg is produces this record. We have some background vocal. We do get a choir and background vocals a little bit on Friends, though there is a weird kiddish a moment with the kids where apparently Paul bassist or like no drummer Paul Duche and his uh, particularly his son, I guess Jet Duche Zappa, winds up doing a weird vocal thing at the end of this track. Yes, Zappa, as in yes, Frank fucking Zappa. Apparently, his daughter married Paul Duche. So, Duche, and for some reason, I had no fucking idea. Shows how much of a Matchbox 20 fan I was at the time. I guess, hell, there are things I didn't know about Matchbox 20 that happened on this record that I didn't expect from Matchbox 20 and was kind of different and not in a bad way. We'll get to that. The thing is mostly, yes, Rob Thomas is the lead, but something's different in the production of his vocals. But at least on Friends, I'm not sure on, but it does get a little bit better with the rest of the track listing. I guess because everything else makes up for it. But I overall was kind of pleasantly surprised with this record. I didn't expect it to be even remotely solid, given North. So, I mean, France was fine. Wilder's One Slow Dream was pretty good. Even though other songs are still pretty like at least solid, even if they and do what you expect out of Matchbox 20 from like with Rebels. One Hit Love's pretty good. Warm Blood has a nice little solo thing, but my issue with it, if it is an issue, is it's slightly kind of buried a little bit in the mix, or at least it's not popping out of the mix, and it feels like it was recorded on an old Nokia phone. Um, a little bit. I don't mean like in a black metal sense though. I mean at least like a high end Nokia or something or something. I don't know. All I know is that Jesus, I wanted it like I would have loved that guitar solo because it sounds so median from Kyle Cook, and it just did not pop out well. And apparently, Cook and Duche are responsible for producing this record a little bit with Whitenberg, which is I guess what allows this to feel more like the rest of the band has some say outside of Rob Thomas, which is nice. Definitely says something at least. Title track's pretty solid. Even Queen New York City's decent. Uh, definitely love Don't Get Me Wrong. That one definitely is more of a rocker. I was kind of taken aback by I Know Better, but not in a bad way. I more of this, more of this from Kyle Cook actually. More of this from excuse me, more of this from Kyle Cook. Although I'm not sure, maybe this song was a live staple and it's now finally being put on it, and I don't know that because I've never seen him live or had the chance or the money to do it. To be fair, um, well, it featured Amanda Shires from American singer songwriter fiddle player. Was a member of. Oh, well, she was one of the High Women. Nice. And she worked with Jason Isbell 400 unit. Oh wait, no, I think he might. Unless she was the one that was married to him, I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, she was. Zero backgrounds are nice. I don't know if Selling Faith isn't a bad little more acoustic ballad thing that works. I feel like I can probably get Bid Bateman to like this record, or at least find it tolerable. I don't know. Let's put it that way. For those who are involved in the Zoom chats we have with him, yeah, yeah, you know. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised. I get he never mentioned whether or not he liked it or not, but regardless, it has nothing to do with the actual album itself. But yeah, those like are my main qualms about whatever qualms I just said about the record. There's about it, but other than that, it's still an enjoyable record. I wouldn't go as far as I would still rather recommend to you classics like More Than You Think You Are, yourself or definitely yourself for someone like you, Mad Season, and More Than You Think You Are, and even Exile and Mainstream for that matter. Basically anything prior to North, pretty much, and you can't go wrong with. Um, and I guess you could say this record could kind of be almost among them, but I wouldn't just like go straight to this. I would go to this as a form of curiosity, not morbid curiosity like North, but curiosity nonetheless. And I was surprised because like it really shows it's more of a band project than just Rob Thomas kind of leaving some leftover shit and to them, I guess, and seeing if it works for the full band setting or whatever. And I Know Better, being that it's Kyle Cook doing lead vocals and all this other stuff, kind of shows and hearing that Cook and Duche played a part in a lot of the production of this record. I do wish they would have fixed. I feel like they need to fix the issue with Warm Blood. in terms of the guitars. That's a definite like mix issue. But like what you can hear is good. Is genuinely good and probably one of the best things Kyle Cook has done in a while. It's just a shame it doesn't hit the way that the title track to Mad Season or Crushed fucking does. You know what I mean? But overall, I'm just gonna. I don't. Part of me wishes I could give Horns Up, but it's one of those that they managed to be. It's more of a high thumbs up, low keeping it real. Um, but it's still good, guys. Give it a shot. Just give it a shot, guys. I mean, I was just surprised. Very surprised. I wasn't expecting to go in actually liking it, but I did, and maybe you should give it a shot too. You might be surprised as well that they at least have some sense of good solidarity left in them. For being as long as it has been since last time we've talked about them. Yeah. Shame. I wish it didn't take them a decade, but at least it's more fulfilling than what happened with how long we've had to wait for Porcupine Tree and Tool to release something. I tell you what, at least, or at least about as satisfying because, like I just said, all it needed to do was be better than the last record, and that's all it was. That's just nice. So, what did you guys think of Matchbox 20s? Where the light goes? Leave a comment below. Let me know. If you like this video, rock the like button with the rest of you must. As always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you next video. Take care, y'all.